The next component that we're going to watch and have modeled is called shared reading. With a shared reading, we are able to not only be able to model what good reading sounds like, but this time we're going to teach some skills and strategies. Always with a good objective in mind. We want to be able to use a book multiple times, but each time we do that, we're thinking, what is the objective that I want to be able to get across? What are the skills and strategies that I want my students to be able to understand and be able to do when they are independently reading? With a shared reading, again, we can use a variety of genre. And with that variety, we will enable children to be able to see that we are reading across curriculum. We are reading recipes, we are reading how to read a math problem. We are going to be able to take our cueing systems and our strategies and apply them to any kind of content. But it takes good classroom instruction in order for children to understand how to use these skills and strategies. Depending on your grade level, you may use a picture walk to support the first reading of a new story, or you might use a book walk. A picture walk lends itself well to a piece of literature that has a lot of picture support, and I'll be demonstrating that for you in just a moment. If you are working with a poem or you are using a chapter book, then you need to do a book walk. The summary, the overall idea of the story that still paints that background knowledge for children. It draws from the semantic cueing system, so they really will have comprehension. But you don't have pictures to be able to discuss. Think of yourselves going into a bookstore, deciding, I want a new novel to read. How will I decide what I want? You pick up a book, you look at the inside of the book jacket where there's a wonderful summary. It gives you just enough information that can really plant the seed. Is this a story that I will enjoy? You'll do the very same thing for your students. Also realizing, depending on what book you are going to be using, you must help children to understand the vocabulary so that, again, comprehension will be in place. I'm going to demonstrate using the same book 3 different skills that I can share with a classroom of children. And again, you will have that child in your classroom who will say, we've already read that book. And you'll say, thank you for reminding me. However, we're going to enjoy it for this purpose today. Using the same story that I used for the read aloud, we're going to enjoy Kevin Sherry's story entitled, I'm the Biggest Thing in the Ocean. The first strategy that I want you to understand is that I will be doing a picture walk. Not reading text to you or with you, but talking the picture in order to put, again, that background summary in your minds. When children have that background information and they're reading independently, they can draw from that semantic cueing system, also called meaning, to be able to say, does that make sense in the story? Therefore, we're building their independence as good readers. So we are going to hear this story about the giant squid who is saying that he is the biggest in the ocean. When we do a picture walk, I will be questioning my students so that we can have conversation about what they're seeing in the story. Again, I'm not reading the text, but in the book walk, I will be using the language from the story. Implanting that book knowledge is the first step, along with looking at pictures of reading.